Locker room, obviously we didn't play well today, and give Michigan all the credit in the world. They took it to us, beat us up front, did a great job in the red area, kept us off balance, and I think more than anything, played with a pad level. And we've got a ways to go, as I've said, from the start, and yet we're on our way to building something special. And I'm proud of those guys in that locker room. And I'm really looking forward to hitting the off season and really getting a full year behind us, as we know now the expectations. And there's a lot we can learn from that game, and we'll learn. Go ahead, questions.
We'll open up to Q&A. If you could please state your name and your outlet, please. It's right here in front, Whitney.
Jim, you said that Gene Fournette from the Times Union, you said that there's a lot to learn. Was there anything about this game that dismayed you? Because you're sounding upbeat on a day where particularly your defense didn't seem to put out the kind of production that you are accustomed to.
Yeah, they took it to us. I mean, I guess, Gene, maybe that's my fault about being upbeat. Yeah, I'm disappointed. We're all disappointed. But you also got to learn from disappointment, and we will. And, give them credit. They took it to us.
I know you're going to review the season as you go, but even though you got beat pretty badly today, how the season was a success, I assume?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was. I think, what'd you pick us for? 4 wins? So, was it 6? I appreciate it. You were one of the kind guys. So, no, we're it's disappointing to go out that way, or start that way, depending on how you look at it. And I'm proud of those seniors, though. I really am. They've done a heck of a job, and those guys got a lot of ball in front of them. And like I said, we'll get a little better.
David.
Hi, Tripper.
Gary Smith, Florida Times Union. Coach, could you address the your thoughts behind the gadgets, which 2 of them work pretty good and 1 not so good, and then also Kelvin went over 1,000 yards. Can you
pretty
comment
awesome,
about that?
isn't it? That's a good deal. That's a credit to these guys up front, but and obviously his perseverance in continuing to get a little bit better. But we had our normal kicker, Austin Harden, actually sprained his ankle and walked through on Friday. Yeah, you heard me right. And so we had to pull the dentist off a IR. He's got you saw the brace on his knee. He's actually got an ACL deal, and but give him credit for coming in there and doing it. And then old Stubby, man, he just got in there and kickoffs and just knocked the heck out of it. So, it's something we had to do going in.
Did you joke with Antonio at all about just underhanded?
Well, you ought to see him throw overhanded.
Edgar.
Yeah, Coach.
Hey, Edgar.
Hey. So the offense seemed to start out pretty well, and Treon didn't get a lot of help a couple of times, maybe some drops and things. But the defense just never seemed to really be on track.
No, I thought, like I said, I think they took it to us up front. I don't know anything, it really isn't secret. I think we've talked about this all season, that, the game is defined by your front guys, and their front guys got the better of ours. And, like I said, give those guys credit. They did a pretty darn good job. And, we've got a lot we can build off of as we get going this off season. And there's a lot we can refer back to in this ball game.
The offense early on, then?
Yeah, it was okay. We moved the first drive. Obviously, like you mentioned, the gadget there didn't work. We figured our field goal range, we had to be probably inside the 10. So we probably weren't going to, should have probably just gone for it there rather than, tried the shovel pass. But sure, I missed a couple open guys on a couple double moves early. We had some guys downfield, but I thought, for the most part early in the game, he looked pretty comfortable and did a pretty good job. And then coming out after half, that was disappointing. We gave up score and then, a couple 3-and-outs, and at that point makes it awful tough.
Jim, Zach Abelverdi, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Obviously, it was the last game for a lot of seniors and juniors as well. Not the way they wanted to go out, but how tough do you think those guys are going to be to replace?
They're going to be really hard to replace. Those are good football players, and more than that, good people. And guys, as you go through life, man, it's about the people you surround yourself with. And those guys cared about the Gators. They cared about each other, and we're going to miss them.
Coach Max Fay from the Miami Herald. Vernon Hargraves was sidelined multiple times during the game. What was behind that decision?
Say that again?
Vernon Hargraves was sidelined multiple times during the game.
That's a standard rotation. That we've played with those corners most of the time anyway, so there wasn't anything special about it.
Pat?
Yeah, over here, Jim. You talked about dead fish during the year. Was this a case of dead fish at all?
No, it wasn't. It was a case of getting your rump kicked in. That's what it was. Our energy was good. We came out and played inspired football. Just call it the way it is. They out-physicaled us, guys. No doubt about it. And, I hate to state the obvious all the time, but they did a great job with their pad level, and really took it to us on both sides of the ball.
On the left.
Nico Tan, ESPN Gainesville coach. What was the story behind Jake McGee missing the game?
Oh, he pulled a hamstring in practice. When was it, Tripper? About Tuesday or something like that? Whatever. It was a Tuesday practice. I don't know what kind of day, what the exact day was, but it was a Tuesday practice. And he tried everything he could to rehab, and it's tough to run when you got a pop string.
Jim, right here. Were you surprised that your defense, which is deservedly highly touted, struggled as much as it did today? Because it's not like Michigan was Baylor North. I mean, they were like the 71st ranked offense in the country.
Yeah, no, it was a little surprising, and no doubt about it. And I know, our guys had a good, solid plan against them, but I'm going to give them some credit. I thought their quarterback did a great job in the play-action game and was real accurate. I think they took advantage of us with their tight ends over the middle, which, that if you look back at East Carolina, that was a problem for us as well, all the way back. I think they did a good job of exploiting some areas in there, and you get beat on a double move, they beat us.
Mike?
Coach, you said in your opening statements, we're going to get better because we know what the expectations are now. What are those expectations?
Well, the expectation is you can never take your foot off the gas pedal. And I think we had some guys satisfied when we first won the East. And I think they've gotten a taste now of what you really have to do in preparation, in personal preparation, moving forward. And I'm excited for the start of school.
Also, if there are any questions for the student athlete, we've been joined by Trip Thurman. I just want to throw that out right here in the middle.
Yeah, he's the guy over here sitting next to me with the name tag that says Trip.
Jim,
Sorry, I was trying to help you out, man.
it's old lines.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm used to this.
I got you. Go ahead.
Jim, touching on your last point about taking your foot off the pedal once you won the East, how much do you think ending the season with these losses going to be kind of a motivating factor going into the offseason?
Well, I hope it has a lot of motivation, obviously. We got a bunch of new guys coming in here at the break. We'll add, a total of 28 to maybe 30 coming in this class. So, the guys that are coming back got to do a great job of indoctrinating the new guys into how we do it and our expectations.
Jamie?
Jamie Say, WKMG here in Orlando. Trip, I've got 2 questions for you. Just first, how would you compare the Michigan defense to some of the units you've faced in the SEC?
I think they were similar to Alabama up front. I mean, we talked about it all week in preparation. They're going to want to play smash mouth football, and like Coach has mentioned numerous times before, we just didn't have it today. They took it to us on both sides of the ball.
And can you kind of speak to how you think the team feels right now to end the season this way?
You saw the past 2 games, and including this one, it's not what we want to do offensively, and it's definitely not how we want to end the season, especially the one that we had with a 10-win season. But we're going to get better in the offseason, and I trust Coach Mack and the young guys there. They're going to step up and be leaders for this team moving forward.
Coach Jordan McPherson, Orlando Sentinel. Over here, Coach. Antonio Callaway has been a big playmaker for you guys this year. How does it feel knowing, A, you have him for 2 more years, and B, that he was able to come up today?
So we only have, my math isn't very good, okay? Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought you were already putting him in the NFL or something. At least give me a chance to talk to the guy, right?
Not a bad assumption.
No. He's pretty good, isn't he? Yeah. We're going to add some other pieces to him, too.
Hey, Trip Thurman. Luis Torres, Independent Florida Alligator. What do you think of Fred Johnson's performance today with starting for Mason Halter?
Yeah, he's stepped up, big guy, and he's a young guy that we're going to count on moving forward in years to come. I think he played really well today. He's learned a lot. Being a true freshman and stepping in in a big game like this, and stepping in throughout the season, it's been really good for us.
Hey, Trip. Matt Baker with the Tampa Bay Times. As Jim was saying that maybe you guys got a little bit too complacent after clinching the East, you seem to be nodding your head. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I did. I did agree with that assessment. We even met with the captains, and we weren't worried about Vanderbilt. We weren't worried about beating Vanderbilt. We were worried about what's going to happen after we beat Vanderbilt. We haven't been there before. And I think it's obvious some of the guys on the team, younger guys, haven't been there, don't know how to succeed. Kind of got a little complacent. So it's a true statement, and I back that.
Dwayne Cook, ESPN Gainesville. Coach, is there any news from a couple of other juniors that are still waiting to declare their intentions for the draft? Keanu Neal, Marcus May specifically.
Yeah, I think we've got, when is that? January 18th, I think it is. So, don't get in a big hurry to run these guys out of town, man. All right? But, we'll know when time comes. Got a long time until the 18th.
All right, 2 more for Florida.
Jim, you kind of dismissed the notion of dead fish there earlier, but did you sense any time earlier in the week that there was maybe a lack of energy with the team, or is it just a better team just kind of got the better of you guys?
No, I think, we had good practices. I really think they are physical to us. Look, guys, I don't know what else you want me to say. Growing up in Montana, sometimes a guy might get the best of you, That happens. And, what you do is you pick yourself back up and you go get better. And that's what we'll do.
Coach, you mentioned earlier, right here, Coach. You mentioned earlier this week that you felt your offense was limited. What do you think will change between now and next season to open that up?
I don't know that I said it was limited. We just fit the pieces to the parts to the what we got to do and change the carburetor a little bit and maybe clean out the exhaust. Lots. Believe me, I'm excited as heck. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't talk about anybody yet. I just know we got some good guys coming. Good things for the Gators. CC. Yeah, they're hurt. CC blew a wheel, and Jared got his eggs scrambled, man. So. Okay.
All right, thank you, Coach and Trip.